Now, 12 News This Morning at 4:30.
We're learning more about a Christmas morning tragedy in Acushnet. 2 people killed in a house fire. What neighbors are saying about this horrible loss. And the Providence Fire Department stepping up to help those who lost everything following an apartment building fire earlier this month. We're hearing from the victims who say they are grateful. And you might want to buy a Mega Millions ticket ahead of tomorrow's drawing. It has now grown to its 5th highest jackpot in history. We'll tell you how much you can win. Good morning on this Thursday, December 26th. I'm Joe Cortese alongside meteorologist Steven Matregrano. We hope you had a great Thanksgiving, Hanukkah, everything's starting. And hey, weather, not much to complain about. We had a white Christmas for most of our area. How's it looking today?
Had some snow on the ground, definitely with that wintry feel. It's staying cold and dry out there for today. So temperatures in the 20s and 30s right now. We'll be topping out in the middle 30s for later on today. Here's that North Scituate camera, seeing dry conditions out here across the board. Those current temps, you can see 28 in Providence, 31 in Newport.
Now, 12 News This Morning at 5.
We're learning more about a Christmas morning tragedy in Acushnet. 2 people killed in a house fire. What neighbors are saying about this horrible loss. And the Providence Fire Department stepping up to help those who lost everything following an apartment building fire earlier this month. We're hearing from the victims who say they are grateful. And you might want to get out and buy a Mega Millions ticket ahead of tomorrow's drawing. It has now grown to its 5th highest jackpot in history. We'll tell you just how much you can win. Well, good morning and happy Thursday. It's December 26th. I'm Joe Cortese alongside meteorologist Steven Matregrano. Steven, it's not too bad out there this morning. It is cold, but, you know, it's December, so we do need to expect this.
Yeah, it's cold. Definitely bundle up as you go out this morning. Temperatures in the 20s and 30s, but we're looking at dry conditions here in Newport. Skies are cloudy, but we have some ocean effect rain and snow off towards the Cape and some of the islands. Not going to bother us here. We just have the clouds as a result. Temperatures, like I said, in the 20s and 30s, so many of us are below freezing. Very cold this morning, but temperatures should rise a little bit better into the daytime hours as we get some of that sunshine going for the afternoon. Live radar right now, we're seeing that rain and snow out towards the South Shore and out towards the Cape. Again, not impacting our area, so we should be staying dry. The wide view shows nothing but dry weather off to the west as well. So again, we're in the clear for any kind of stormy weather for today. And speaking of today, looking at clouds early on, I think the clouds will be kind of pesky and hold on through the first half of the day. Then we'll be seeing some brighter skies for the afternoon hours. Staying dry though. As I mentioned, temperatures in the mid to upper 30s. Now, we are tracking some warmer temperatures and some rainfall in that 7-day forecast. We'll see that coming up in just a bit.
Well, thank you, Stephen. A sad story out of Acushnet this morning. 2 people are dead after a fire early Christmas morning. A firefighter is also injured. Let's get right over to Sophia Zabo. She is live in studio with us this morning with what we know. Sophia.
Well, Joe, the fire broke out in the multifamily home on Garfield Street just around 2 Christmas morning, turning this day of joy into a tragedy. Crews arrived to heavy smoke and intense flames, the fire causing the roof to partially collapse as well. According to the Massachusetts State Fire Marshal, witnesses and fire crews did not hear any smoke alarms. Crews were able to get the fire under control in under an hour, but it continued to spark up throughout the day. It was when they made entry that they found those 2 residents dead inside. They are believed to be a man and a woman, both in their 80s. One neighbor says she knew the couple and actually took piano lessons from the man who passed away.
Now, 12 News This Morning at 5:30.
Good morning. We're looking at some chilly temperatures for today, but dry weather continues. We'll talk about how long that lasts in the 7-day forecast coming up.
Flames ripping through in a Acushnet home. What neighbors had to say following this deadly Christmas morning fire. And NASA with a mission to the sun. How close this solar probe is expected to come to the sun's surface and how they hope to keep it protected. Ooh, the sun, man. Well, we've been seeing a little bit of that. I feel like it's keeping us nice and warm. There's always the difference between when it's like, 25 degrees out with the sunshine or 25 with the clouds. There's that little bit of difference in warmth.
Yes, the sunshine certainly helps. And we'll have clouds this morning giving way to sunshine. So I do think it'll be a little bit better for the afternoon. Temperatures will be above freezing and looking at that brighter sky for later in the day. Here's Newport. Again, looking dry but chilly out there. We're in the upper 20s and low 30s for temperatures. So many of us are below freezing.
They now view Jonathan as an extended family member. It's great to see during the holidays. Great time to give back. Great time to feel good. Time now is 5:59. Here's a live look at Providence from our Kettle Point camera on this Thursday morning. Christmas is in the rear view mirror, but winter, It isn't going anywhere. It's going to be a couple of frigid days coming up, but good news is we're expected to stay dry. No rain or snow over the next few days. Steven Matregrano has a full look at your forecast coming up in our next hour, and we have much more to get to with news, weather, and everything on your latest information this morning. Stay with 12 News at 6 a.m. It starts right now.
Now, 12 News this morning at 6.
We're learning more about a Christmas morning tragedy in Acushnet. 2 people killed in a house fire. What neighbors are saying about this horrible loss. And the Providence Fire Department stepping up to help those who lost everything following an apartment building fire earlier this month. We're hearing from the victims who say they are grateful. And you might want to get out and buy a Mega Millions ticket ahead of tomorrow's drawing. It has now grown to its 5th highest jackpot in history. We'll tell you just how much you can win. Oh, good morning. It is 6 a.m. December 26th. It's Thursday. I'm Joe Cortese, Patrick, Kate, TJ, Melissa. They all have the morning off, but I'm joined by Steven Matregrano. He's here with our outlook today. Hope you had a good Christmas, and we're hoping the temperatures stay relatively warmer, but we saw some freezing temps last week.
It was very frigid last week. We are seeing our temperatures go in the better direction, away from those cold temperatures and getting more towards seasonable levels. Looking outside in Newport, it's chilly out there now. We're below freezing across the entire area.
Good morning. I'm Joe Cortese. It's Thursday, December 26th. Here's a look at today's top stories. A sad story out of Acushnet. 2 people are dead after a fire broke out at a multi-family home in Acushnet in the early hours of Christmas morning. Crews got to the home around 2 a.m. When they got there, they were met with intense flames. The fire even caused the roof to collapse. One firefighter was hurt in the effort to put out the fire. The victims' identities have not been released. They were believed to have been in their 80s, and the cause remains under investigation. Massachusetts has been named the safest state when it comes to gun deaths across the country. The ranking was done by Giffords Law Center to Prevent Gun Violence, showing each state's gun death rates and grading them by the results. Now, the Bay State had the lowest in the country with 3.7 gun deaths per 100,000 people. It also ranked 5th of the strength of its gun laws. As for Rhode Island, the Ocean State has the 4th lowest rate at 4.8 per 100,000 and is 12th in strength of gun laws. First night of Hanukkah began the same night as Christmas. People of the Jewish faith lighting menorahs for the first night of the celebration's 8 days. This afternoon in Providence, the Jewish Alliance of Greater Rhode Island is holding a lighting outside of Providence City Hall. That's at 4:45, followed by food and music afterward. Hanukkah will carry over into the new year, lasting until January 2nd.
And we're looking at dry skies continuing for today. Temperatures topping out in the mid and upper 30s. Clouds early on, some sunshine for the afternoon, staying dry. For tonight, cold conditions return. Temperatures falling back into the lower 20s to in the upper teens as well. Mainly clear skies, very cold, light northwest winds overnight. As we go into the day tomorrow, staying dry. That dry theme continues. Near 40 degrees for the afternoon, so it's not nearly as cold as it has been the past few days, and seeing lots of sun as well. And that full 7-day forecast for you. We're not seeing much in the way of any rain the next few days, but we are tracking some rain for early next week. Temperatures moderating in the upper 40s and lower 50s.
Local updates are brought to you by Stop and Shop. Feed the moment.